Hi, I'm Preston Shoemaker. The Belisario College of Communications has a growing list of prestigious alumni with experience in the journalism field. Today we'll highlight an individual who has over 20 years experience covering Major League Baseball. I'm looking at Jaden Mitchell to step up in this game for State College. He had 18 points in the game a few weeks back against Altoona, the only win for this State College team coming into tonight. They've lost 3 in a row, but if Mitchell can step up, kind of find a way to get his shots to go down and facilitate the offense, they work through him, they're going to be in a good position tonight. Penn State Nittany Lions and Illinois Fighting Illini set to face off in the first ever Big Ten Champions Week. I'm Preston Shoemaker alongside DJ Bauer. We'll have the call today on Penn State's comm radio. DJ, this is an Illinois team that fired their head coach Lovie Smith this week. Rod Smith will be calling the game today as that interim head coach, but lots of injuries for them as well. Pretty hectic week leading in. Setting up to be a great night tonight in State College. The air is cool, there's players on the field, and football has returned to Memorial Field. We'll return after this quick break. Just about 7 minutes until kickoff here, but until then, you're watching State College football here on CNET. I'm Preston Shoemaker with sports. We begin with high school football and a clash of the Eagles over the weekend in Wingate as Tyrone took on Bald Eagle. Reporter Matthew Knobb has the highlights. And State High has its first home football game this week at the newly renovated Memorial Field. The multi-million-dollar project is now finished and the Little Lions are back on their home field. In a former life, State College JV basketball coach Rudy Burris trotted the globe, only to land here in Center County with his real dream job. Now, he leaves an impact on young minds both on and off the court. Reporter Kendrick Wright has more on the story. In NFL news, the Pittsburgh Steelers had an unexpected bye week. After another loss to the Buckeyes, Penn State is now winless and looking for some answers. The Nittany Lions played their first home game against number 3 ranked Ohio State, losing 38-25. They're now out of the top 25 AP poll for the first time since 2016. That's right, Leanne. In just over 5 weeks, Penn State football will be returning to Beaver Stadium, playing football finally after a delayed start to the season. That's leaving many business owners and fans eager for the return. Penn State football will have a new look this season after the Big Ten approved and released its third version of a fall schedule. The Nittany Lions will play 8 regular season games, 4 of them in Beaver Stadium, before a Big Ten championship week that will showcase the East versus the West in an extra 9th game. But the typically loud and energetic environment of Beaver Stadium will be much quieter. There's no public sale of tickets. Still, fans and students are excited to have football return to the area.
I just think it was great for the town. They kind of needed something to cheer for during this difficult time. I think the alumni and students can rally around the fact that even though there's no fans, it's going to be special here.
Also excited, business owners in State College. It was estimated that our region could see a loss of $100 million or more without football Saturdays this fall. Now, some businesses are seeing an increase in revenues.
We have definitely seen that over the past few weeks, that our revenues have been down. Now that they have announced that football will be coming back, we have seen a slight uptick with our in-store and online purchases because I think there is some excitement there.
Places like Lions Pride are trying to find ways to interact with fans who won't be able to come back to the town this fall.
We would like to possibly partner with some other downtown stores to do maybe a virtual event on Friday nights before the games. We think that that's a way that could generate excitement while keeping everybody safe and at home.
Penn State will begin its season at Indiana before hosting Ohio State on Halloween for their home opener. Now, I have spoken to some students who tell me although they cannot come out and tailgate, they do plan on taking a walk on game day and trying to catch a glimpse of the football atmosphere. Reporting live from Beaver Stadium, I'm Preston Shoemaker. Now back to you. Now to high school football. After a rough start to the season, Bellefonte took its 3-game winning streak into the PIAA District 6 Class 4A championship game on Friday night. Reporter Matthew Knobb has the highlights. Juniata will continue its quest for a state championship Saturday against Oil City. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at Mansion Park Stadium in Altoona. In the NFL, it was a good weekend for the Steelers and Eagles fans. We start with Pittsburgh, which is 7-0 for the first time since 1978. I'm Preston Shoemaker with sports. Penn State football continued its winning ways last week when it went on the road and beat Rutgers by a score of 23-7. The win marked the 900th in school history, making Penn State the 8th team in the FBS to reach the mark. Let's take a look now at the highlights. We start late in the first quarter. No score. Quarterback Sean Clifford fakes the handoff, fires across the center of the field. That's caught by Parker Washington for the 29-yard touchdown. His only catch of the day kicks off the scoring. Moving forward now late in the second quarter, Devin Ford takes the handoff to the right, untouched, 7 yards out. Penn State takes a 17-0 lead into the half. Nittany Lions outgained Rutgers 229-43 in the first half. Jumping now to the third, Penn State up 20, 4th and goal. Quarterback Noah Vendrell flushed out of the pocket, no one open, has to make a play, lobs it up into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown by Bo Melton. The 3-yard score was the only points of the game for Rutgers. The Penn State defense picks up a sack to end it. Rutgers' lowest scoring game this season. Penn State improves to 2-5, and head coach James Franklin was pleased with the way the defense performed. And after an 0-4 start, the Houston Texans are parting ways with general manager and head coach Bill O'Brien. The former Penn State football coach left the university in 2014 to take the Houston job, where he won 4 division titles. The team has named Romeo Crennel as their interim head coach. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
All knotted up at 43. It'll be Illinois basketball on the floor for the Fighting Illini. Trent Frazier, Ayo Dosunmu, DeMonte Williams, Kofi Coburn, and Adam Miller. Penn State breaking out of their huddle with John Hara, Myron Jones, Seth Lundy, Isaiah Brockington, and Jamari Wheeler. Illinois in the orange uniforms, top and bottom with white numbers. Penn State white jerseys, blue numbers, blue pipe up the side. Williams has the ball at mid-floor here on the near side. They're going to be moving right to left to break out this second half of action. Penn State settling back into defense. 20 minutes on the clock, and we're ready to race to the finish as we are underway here in the second half. Frazier will bring it across. Mid-court, gets it back around to Dosunmu. Mentioned 9 points in the first half for him. Now he'll kick across to Williams. Williams, quick 2 steps into the lane and lays it off the glass, connects for 2. Right-handed layup true for him, 45-43. Bringing up the far sideline for Penn State was Wheeler. He gets it up top now with Brockington. 13 points for him. He leads all of Penn State scoring at that mark. Now at the top, John Hara, hands off across. Myron Jones coming through, pick up the dribble, knocked out of bounds, trying to work it back to Brockington on the near side wing. It's knocked away by Dosunmu. It'll stay with Penn State, 11 on the shot clock. Brockington will inbound to the right of the scorer's table on the near side. Working to their right. Nittany Lions looking to get it in with Brockington. He finds Wheeler, hands it right back to him. Brockington back now to the logo. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Far side, he pulls up from the extended free throw line and knocks it in. Quick stop and pop for Isaiah Brockington. He's got 15 on the night, leading all scorers for the Nittany Lions. 45 apiece with 19:07 remaining. Fighting Illini, moving around the perimeter. On the near side, it's Miller at the wing. He hands off to Frazier, back to Miller. Now open 3 from the near side wing, off the front of the rim, clanks front back, goes out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Jamari Wheeler. He was fighting for it there with DeMonte Williams. It'll stay with Illinois. 18:55 here left in the second half, still tied at 45 apiece. Taking it out of bounds will be Miller. Goes right into the far corner with Frazier. Frazier, a little hesitation, now pulls up, hits off front of the rim, rebound knocked around, grabbed by Brockington. He's on the floor and a jump ball called as Williams falls on top of him. Miscommunication there for Penn State as Hara went up for it and Brockington knocked it away. Jump ball, it'll go to Penn State. Reset shot clock, 18:46. Lundy gets it into Wheeler, bringing it from left to right across the timeline. Wheeler settling in, near side wing. He gives off to Hara at the top. Hara back to Wheeler. Wheeler brings it in center of the paint. Skip pass now underneath Hara. Shot fake, comes around with the right hand and lays it in for 2. John Hara, his first basket of the night. It's 47-45. Other end of the floor, Dosunmu gets it underneath Coburn. And no shot. They're going to get a foul on the floor, it appears. That's going to go against Hara, and he's going to pick up his third.
John Hara, his third. Team first this half.
Third foul for Hara, and right to the bench he will go once again. Coming back into the game is Trent Buttrick. Foul trouble has been a big deal for Hara in this one. Buttrick will check in. 18 minutes, 22 seconds. A 2-point advantage for the Nittany Lions, taking it out of bounds to the right of their basket. Dosunmu, he throws it up top. Williams, he has it at the elbow. Now a handoff back to Dosunmu. Right hand hook pass underneath. Coburn misses his first shot, gets the rebound, spins around and finishes. Couldn't get it done the first time, but cleans it up on the second, ties it back up at 47. Coburn now has 18. Penn State around the perimeter. Bringing it now into the paint from right to left. Pass him back out top, open free. Too strong, straight on from Penn State. That one knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lundy, going in for the rebound. Fighting with DeMonte Williams. It'll be Illinois basketball. Penn State will put the press back on. Taking it out of bounds will be Trent Frazier. Brockington guarding Miller at the ball. They get it into Miller. Brockington and Myron Jones back there to put a little pressure on. Miller back to Frazier, back to Miller, and they get across the timeline. A little back and forth action. 17 minutes and 40 seconds. Frazier picks up a screen from Coburn at the top. Now picks up his dribble, goes far side corner. Miller, nice little shot fake. He's got the baseline, driving inside, up off the glass. He draws the foul and connects for two. The basket by Miller is good. He's got 5 points on the night, 2 of 4 from shooting, and he's going to head to the free throw line. A foul on Jamari Wheeler, his second, team second.
Number 44, Adam Miller.
Adam Miller will now head to the free throw line. The freshman out of Peoria, Illinois. Two-time Gatorade Player of the Year in state, Mr. Illinois basketball. Big recruit for this Fighting Illini squad. He's made his impact felt this season. His one shot from the line too strong. Skying for the rebound is Brockington. He gives off to Wheeler and they'll reset. Wheeler skip past Jones, far side. He pulls up from the short corner and he nails it. Quick jumper for two for Myron Jones. It's tied at 49 once again. Press still on for the Nittany Lions as Dosunmu gives it back to Frazier across the timeline. Now he has Williams. Frazier settles back in at the logo. 17 minutes, 9 seconds. Frazier splits the defenders back outside to Dosunmu. Shot fake, now gets it back on the floor, and they're going to say a travel on Dosunmu. Feet left the ground on the shot fake, and Penn State's going to have it on the near side. 17 minutes and 6 seconds, all knotted at 49. Lundy inbounds to Wheeler. Brings it across left to right. Wheeler into the short corner, gives it off to Brockington. Reset at the top with Myron Jones. Picks up a screen from Buttrick. Jones, right hand coming through, loses it around the back. It's picked up, loose ball by Coburn. Now Dosunmu coming in transition, kicks it into the corner. Williams, shot fake, driving inside with the right hand, and he draws the foul. Seth Lundy pleading his case, but that's going to be a foul on him. His first, team third. DeMonte Williams is going to head to the free throw line. His first trip of the night as a team, 4 of 5 for the Fighting Illini from the charity stripe tonight. Williams, a 60% shooter on the season, 3 of 5. A senior from Peoria, Illinois. Has 2 shots, first one out of the hands, rattling in and out and back down through. Gets that one to fall down the hatch, takes the 1-point advantage, 50-49. Both teams breaking out of the huddle. St. Francis leading 11-8 in this third set. Penn State taking the first 2 sets. Welcome back here on BTN Plus. Preston Shoemaker and Zach Donaldson here with you. Back to serve for the Red Flash. Looking to break through for them is Swabinski. Sends that one straight into the net. A service error. Snaps a 3-point skid for Penn State. And now going back to serve will be Sam Marsh.
Swabinski tried to sneak it over the net there. He hits the top, and this might be an opportunity for Penn State to climb back in this one as they've had a solid night on the offensive end.
Here's Marsh. Gets that one to go along the line on the backside. Now coming through is Schmidt. He gets a piece of that one all the way through off the arms and out of play for Penn State. 12-9 St. Francis.
Diving effort there by Brett Wildman, but that would have been incredible if he saved that one. Couldn't get it, and the serve will return to the Red Flash.
Here's Blake Leprando. Along the back line, too strong. Service error once again. Penn State gets a point. 12-10. They trail by 2 in this third set. They took the first 2 sets. 25-17, 25-16.
Leprando just missed that one. Brings the Red Flash service error total to 14 to Penn State's 10.
Kyle Fisher, best server on this Penn State team. Into the back row, set up top. Fisher goes diagonal, dug out there by Herget. Free ball over the net for Penn State. St. Francis defense back in action, dropping that one in. The changeup off the fingertips of Lebrando. Nice little roll shot, finds the floor and a hole in the Penn State defense. They lead by 3, 13-10.
Lebrando showing off the finesse right there. Finds a wide open hole in the middle. 2 Penn Staters dove for it, couldn't get a hand on it. And that's a point for the Red Flash. They're up 3.
Zach Cabral, the leading service ace man on this team. He's back. Yet to record one tonight. Flops one into the back row. Received by Penn State. Double block right there, but falling out of play. Point will go to Penn State. Right in the middle of that one was Schmidt and Blair. Similarly, what we saw a little bit before with Penn State. They're right in the position for the block, but can't get the lucky bounce. Michael Valenzi heads back for Penn State. 5 kills on the night for him. High out of the hand, connects with the net, but it's dug out by Pizzuto. Fisher on that far side, blocked in the front. Now big setup and slammed down Canyon Tumen. Right through the center of that Penn State offensive attack. Right cross court. And now just like that, it's a 1-point set once again. 13-12, St. Francis still leading by 1. Valenzi will have a second serve.
Canyon Tumen flexing the muscles there with a big serve, or with a big point, returning the serve to Penn State. And here's Valenzi.
Valenzi once again clipping the net, but gets it through. Fisher goes diagonal, dug out in that back row by Herget. Free ball by Penn State, got a little out of system, out of play. Now coming across, here's Schmidt. Tried to argue that he made contact with the front line of Penn State. To no avail, that one goes too strong, and Penn State ties that up at 13.
It's an interesting point right there. As Penn State was out of system, they somehow snuck it over the net, and it's a mishit from the Red Flash, and this game is knotted at 13. Penn State has found its way back.
Valenzi's won 2 points in a row, out of the hand for the third. Overpass Penn State, coming through, massive hit. Right there is Wildman. Man, is he wild. He slams that one into the back row, right off the overpass, and Penn State takes the lead once again, 14-13 here in this third set. Timeout out there, we'll take one here as well. We'll be back in just over a minute. You're watching Penn State volleyball on BTN+. Penn State on a 4-point streak out of Michael Valenzi, the freshman server. It's 14-13. They lead by 1 in the third set. They took the first 2 sets at 25-17 and 25-16. Welcome back here on BTN+. Preston Shoemaker and Zach Donaldson with you. Valenzi back to serve for the 4th straight time. Into the back row, received by St. Francis. Now coming across, here's Fisher, goes attack right into that backside. Cal Fisher tried to dig it up, couldn't get a hand underneath of it. St. Francis knots things back up at 14.
Fisher on Fisher crime once again. That was a tough dig for Cal. And Michael Fisher has the advantage.
A.J. Schmidt will head back and serve for the Red Flash. 2 kills for him on the night. Comes through. Sends that into the back row, received by Penn State. Tumen throws one across. Now Fisher once again blocked at the net by Wildman. Free ball over the top. Coming through, faking it was Tumen, but coming across from behind, Valenzi gets a piece of that one off the fingertips and out of play. Penn State 15-14.
Flying through the air right there is Michael Valenzi. It goes off the fingertips of St. Francis. And that's a point for the Nittany Lions. They're back on top, 15-14.
And similarly to what we've already seen tonight from Mark Pavlik, he sends up Michał Koval to serve in that slot where Tumen would be heading back. So Koval will send back. The freshman out of Poland sends this one into the back line and finds the floor. Service ace for Michał Koval. Penn State catching their stride at 16-14. Well, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight from Memorial Field. A special thanks to our producer, Matt Burns, and all of our production crew here with CNET. And for Jake Starr, I'm Preston Shoemaker signing off for CNET. 31-0, your final score. The Little Lions get their first win at Memorial Field. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.